Hi everybody, welcome back to the shop. Today's episode is going to be about ligatures. So that's pretty fun. I know everybody in the band, students, they all carry their mouthpiece and cap and everything. It's always perfect like that, right? How many times have you showed up for an audition and your ligature looks like this? Oh man. Or they have the Rovner, but they have no screw. So we're going to talk about some ways to deal with that today. What some mouthpieces have a line on them that denotes where the ligature goes. Some mouthpieces don't have any markings on them. What you'll notice about both is that there are flat spots down on the rails, and that's the area that we're going to be working with. If you look at this example of our Rovner setup on this clarinet mouthpiece, you can see that it's lined up with the lines on the rails. Now, friends, you can set Rovners up in two ways, right? That's the whole versatility of them. This way, you get the full length, and it makes contact all the way down with the reed. If you flip to this way, it gives you a different response and a different tone, and it only makes contact with the reed in one particular area. That sound is typically dependent upon whatever the student likes or the player likes. Okay? So we're going to use that theory and figure out some things. All right. Let's dig in our box and see what we've got. How about some pipe cleaners? How about the hair bands that we've used before? And some zip ties, right? That sounds good. Okay. Now, friends, there are a lot of ways that you can go with this. I have a friend that I played throughout my college days and on the road who actually preferred to use a shoelace for his ligature. That's what the tone that he preferred. So there's always there's shoelaces, there's pieces of leather, all kinds of things like that. What we're trying to have happen is for the reed to be tight against the mouthpiece. Let's start with our favorite pipe cleaner. And what we're going to do is you have the reed on there and kind of in position. You're going to take and wrap. And remember, this time we're using the lined mouthpiece. Okay? I'm going to take and I'm going to put a little crimp in to kind of help hold our spot. And then I'm going to go around again along the bottom, and I'm going to bring those together there. And I'm going to cinch that down. Now the reed is nice and tight on there. And so we have surface area at the top and at the bottom. And notice that we're kind of in parallel with what the rails are doing. So it would be acting more like the way a traditional ligature would be in that area. Okay? Let's get that guy off. All right. So we don't have any lines on this one. We take our reed and we place it on. And let's use a zip tie this time. Okay, this zip tie is not long enough. So we're going to do the old trick of putting two zip ties together. Okay? And we'll probably just go ahead and make it look like a football. And then what we'll do This time we'll be using the method where the Rovner is only using a single point contact. You could make this for the double point contact, but in the effort of time, we'll just do the one. You can move this and zip tie this down. Making sure that you've got it down on the rails plenty. Now the reed is tight. You can take your Swiss Army knife and trim your ends. There's another option. Okay? What else do we have here? The small bands, the small hair bands. This is probably one of the easiest if you have this. We'll go back to our lines. We'll put our reed on, drop that down, and we can put another one and drop that down and move those top and bottom, and we've got it nice and tight and in the proper playing position. Okay, we can do the same thing if you have the large. Once, wrap it again, and you want to make sure that you don't touch the reed. Now notice that my reed is in perfect audition shape. Okay? So friends, there you have it. 3 or 4 different ways to make sure that your ligature will be okay in case of an emergency. Always have to be thinking without tearing up your precious mouthpiece. That's one of the most important things. That and your reed. Use a better reed than I had to demonstrate. This weekend, we had the finals of the Mississippi Lions Band auditions, and it was so thrilling to watch all of the people that made it on Facebook. Congratulations to all of you. You're going to have a wonderful summer on the trip. Go band. Y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. I'll see you next week. Thanks for joining me.